20. I turn 20 soon, and I didn't do the math, but I think about 3 days and 20, no, 3 days, 25 days. In about 25 days, I turn 20. That's really cool, I think. I think it's not something, it's not 18 or 21 birthday, but it definitely is a blessing to, to even be reaching that age in itself. I also think it's interesting because it's not, I was going to say scary, but I think interesting is a better word because it's not 40, right? 20, like in the grand scheme, hopefully, of a life, it's not that big of an age, right? Um, but despite saying that, I do think it's a bit worrisome for me because I have a very ambitious vision for myself and the stuff I want to get done within a certain amount of time. So like even now, like I reflect, okay, I'm 19 now, finish up my 19th year. What was I able to get done? I'm into my 20th year, into my junior year of college. What am I going to be able to get done in that time? Like, what can I do in terms of research, start ventures and stuff like that? I think I think partly it's just like anxiety, just natural anxiety. But also think it's another thing of like there is an advantage of youth, right? Um, I think being in college, being young like myself, I'm able to do certain things and be able to like make certain mistakes. The degree to which I rely on that advantage, I actually don't think it's a lot. I think a lot of stuff I do, regardless of age, I think a lot of the stuff I do, aren't necessarily carried by my age. Like the cool stuff I do, it's not like, oh, it's because he's 19 that's like, oh, so worthwhile. Like there's something like this sounds really mean, but like, there's stuff I've seen on LinkedIn of like a kid doing something. I was like, okay, that's really cool relatively to their age. It's like, oh, like most people your age can't do that. For myself, I think it's partly that, but I don't think the stuff that I'm impressed by have been like, oh, I'm so young, I got to do this. I think it's more so like this is a cool thing I haven't seen someone do. So like that's awesome. Or this is a cool thing I want to see more people do. So I don't know if I should be necessarily worried about that advantage being gone. But I do think it's definitely is there in terms of even people wanting to support you. Like I think for me, for the most part now, being so young, right, I'm able to say, hey, can I have a coffee chat? And someone's like, oh, I can mentor this person. But if I was like 40, I don't know if people will be as willing. That's something I don't know. Like I don't want to like assert like, oh, that would be the case, but I don't know. All that to say, I turn 20 soon. I think it's gonna be interesting how I navigate that. I do think I want to be much more structured. I think now, over the last couple of months, I have been more structured in terms of not just jumping at every opportunity. Like there's many opportunities I've said, hey, this does not lead to the path I want to go down, so I'm just going to ignore it or just like push it away. I think that's what I want to continue doing in the next couple of months, and years, and where I know I can do a bunch of things, right? I know I can do a bunch of things, but I think it's a matter of should I? And being able to be wise and being blessed with wisdom to make those right decisions of okay, let me do this, let me not do this, let me not do this, let me do this. Is something I want to do much more. Um, but I don't know though. I don't know. The time now is 11:41, right? So I'm thinking if I should extend this and just yap a bit more, or if I should end it now. But I do think something that's interesting, logistically. So I'm gonna extend it a bit more. Is birthdays. I think birthdays are interesting because I don't know what to do for a birthday. I think it's an interesting thing because like even I feel like celebrating your own birthday feels weird. Like even if it's a blessing, it's like what do you actually do? Like, you just smile the whole day. Um, and when I was younger, I was always want like a surprise birthday. I feel like it took away all the logistics for myself, and then someone else could handle it done. But like now, I'm old. I prefer having those logistics so I can manage it in such a way that's like okay, this doesn't go into a direction I do not like. So I think for my 20th, I'm thinking of doing something simple like a barbecue. I think a barbecue might be nice. A nice get together, a nice mix. So I've been thinking about that a bit more in terms of connections, like how can you build really nice and large circles, but no, let me not say large. How can you build really how can you cultivate the right circle with people and just like build nice connections? I know that sounds very overly professional, but I think when I say connection, I mean friendships. I think I just use the words interchangeably. Um, I think that's something I've been thinking about a bit more. I think a birthday might be a good way to go about that and say, okay, maybe I can actually do like 3, 5 people, right? Nice birthday. But I can maybe expand that to 7, 10, 15, and then see, okay, this person meets this person, this person meets this person. And it's like, okay, this is really nice. And see how well that goes. But I don't think I'm going to try and do anything necessarily fancy. The most fancy thing I thought was just like booking a movie theater and just playing games in a movie theater just for the experience. Um, that's pretty much it. besides that, though, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.